1027 WNEW, New York. Ron and Fez. Frequency. 1027 WNEW.
All right, hold on. Look who we got on the phone here. All right. Rory reached him. Long Island Red got a hold of Billy Staples for us.
Thank you, Red. I'm glad you talked him into talking to us.
Billy, you're on the air.
Billy Staples?
Yeah, I'm here.
How you doing, man?
Okay.
All right, Billy, do you realize what day it is?
Wednesday, Thursday, something.
Thursday. When do we start work here? We start work on a Tuesday. So you're a little late for work, big man.
Yeah, well, I don't think you'd want me around.
So you're saying you quit?
No, I'm not quitting. I just I need to get my head together.
Why wouldn't we want you around?
Why? Because it's no use, man. It's just no use having me around. Everything I do just turns to crap.
Yes. We know that.
That's part of your charm.
No. It's not charming to me right now.
You got to keep your chin up, big man.
All of them.
Now, Billy, did this gig go as bad as they're letting on?
Probably worse.
Why did you pull your shirt up? Forget that. Don't even get into that, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there's no need to dissect it at this point.
No, there's no need to, because I didn't even have a chance.
When did it start to go bad? When did you realize, I'm in a world of crap?
When I was backstage, and when Voss was finishing up, and he just started to introduce me, and it was just like, oh my God, I'm going to die.
As they started booing?
Yeah. I could not even hear myself on stage with the monitors. That's how bad it was.
Could you see the crowd?
Yeah, I could.
Did they just look like Planet of the Apes?
It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. There was not a smile. It was just everyone screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs. You know, if they would have given me a chance, you know, I was prepared. I was ready. They didn't give me a chance. And it was the most humiliating experience of my life. I'll probably never go on stage again.
You're giving up your dream of stand-up?
It's not exactly a dream, Fez. I had been doing this for 9 years and never got booed off the stage before.
Do you think that it might have been when the crowd started doing this, Billy, it might have just been in good, clean, ball-busting fun? Or do you think it was actually concentrated evil focused at you?
It was evil, so I couldn't even get out a joke. I never finished any of my jokes.
Let me tell you something, Billy, before you blame yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Attell is the worst writer in the business.
First off...
You got to sue him.
You know, I've heard that before. I did that joke. I wrote that joke when I was 400 pounds. And I've been doing it for 5 years. Yeah, sorry.
So whoever is the heaviest gets to do the jokes?
No, because it's just not a thing about size. I do a whole thing after that about my weight, which I never got a chance to do.
But the joke itself is about penis size. It's not about weight.
No, it's I turn it around. You see, it's just like I turn it around. I'm not talking size, I'm talking size. And I look at myself, get it? I turn it around. It doesn't matter. I never got that far. I never got a chance.
I've been sent a list of things that you actually did on stage.
I was going to ask how many jokes he actually got out.
All right, here's some exact quotes that were written down by Mike the teacher, and he sent them in to us.
Mm-hmm.
See if you remember any of this stuff, Billy. Shut up. Let me do my act. Voss ain't coming back. Will you shut the F up for 2 seconds? Yeah, you guys aren't going to laugh at anything I say, are you? This so effing blows. You want Voss back? Well, F you. Wow. You just don't get it, do you?
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
You were saying these things, screaming this at the audience?
Because when you walk on stage and you can't even hear yourself through a chorus of bulls, chorus of a-holes.
B-O-O-Z-E?
No, booze.
You couldn't hear yourself through the booze?
Yeah, it was absolutely no use. It was absolutely no use.
You haven't shown up for work all week. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Are you drinking?
What difference does it make?
It makes a difference to me and Fez.
That's something we probably need to know.
You were doing good, and you know you were doing good.
Yeah. Well,
you had your chips.
Well, things are different now. I mean, my life, you know.
All right, your life isn't good. Everyone knows that.
Ronnie,
Billy.
my life is falling apart before my eyes. The one thing I had left was, you know, the idea of thinking I was still funny in some way.
All right, here's the beauty, Billy. It's not that your life is falling apart. It fell apart.
Right.
You couldn't fall any lower than you are now unless you leave the show. Then that's as low as I can see you. Then that's your next step before death.
Right, you still have this phone job.
I don't know how I can face anybody at the station.
Just come in here with your head down. Looking at your shoes the whole time. You show them.
I don't know, Randy. I don't know if I could look anybody, you know, even be in the same hall after what happened to me. You know, in the same building even. You know, letting everyone down and more or less letting myself down. And
why don't you wall climb like half the people around here do?
Yeah.
And just walk along holding on to the walls like you're going to the dump room.
Clean to the walls. Be a wall walker.
Ronnie, I got booed.
If Al can do it, you can do it.
Yeah, but anyone should be ashamed to show their face.
I got booed off a comedy stage for a comic or a man who considers himself a comic. That is death. And I mean, if this is what I live for and this is what I work so hard for, I mean, what the hell's the sense?
All right, some people saw you there that night, and they want to try and pick you up a little bit. Here's Greg. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Greg. You're on with Billy Staples.
Hi, how you doing, Ron, Fez?
Yeah. You were at the show, Greg?
I was there.
It couldn't be as bad as Billy's saying, could it?
No, Billy, the sentences were in joke structure. It was just nothing funny coming out. But I got to be honest, you had a lot of guts coming out. And
You
Bill,
see that, Billy?
There, a lot of guts.
It was a setup, Bill. Why are you taking it so... Nobody could have, passed that test.
Dude, if you knew what it felt like to stand there and look out and hear all that stuff, and yeah, the jokes were set up, but you know what the problem is? I could never even get to a punchline. I wasn't given the chance.
Billy.
All I wanted was a friggin' chance, and I didn't get it.
Oh, that's kind of sad. That all I want was a chance. I mean, this is America, isn't it?
Right, everyone wants a chance to succeed.
All right, Billy, here's another comic who wants to talk to you. He's been through some hard times himself. Jackie, you're on with Billy Staples.
Hey, Billy, this is Jackie. Don't worry, cheer up. I effed up worse than you did, let me tell you. Things aren't doing too well for me either. Fellow Long Island boy.
All right, Jackie, thank you.
Cheer up, Billy.
You say, Billy?
Ronnie, I just don't... I don't know how to put into words.
Billy, here's all I'm saying to you. The worst thing to do is to get back on the booze and the pills.
Right.
The same thing that we said to Judy Garland.
Don't do it, Judy. Don't.
It's pretty tough living inside my skin right now.
So you don't want to
Staples?
stay pickled? How's drinking helping at all?
Well, it makes me...
Where are you right now?
Somewhere in Pennsylvania.
What are you doing in Pennsylvania, the Keystone State?
How'd you wander that far away?
After the show, I just kept the rental car, and I said I'll bring it back when I'm done with it.
So you went from Jersey to PA?
I went from Jersey down to Atlantic City, stayed in a Fleabag hotel for a couple of days.
So that's actually moving up for him, Fez. Fleabag.
Yeah, right off some dump at Golden Eagle.
All right, let's not plug people.
Or
sure,
unplug them.
And I just started heading west.
And got as far as Pennsylvania. You and the Quakers, really, when you head up west, you didn't get too far. All right, here's Mike. Mike, you're on with Billy Staples.
We get that postcard from Rushmore. Hi, Mike.
Really, you're a little bitch, and I bet you like to suck it, too.
All right,
Okay.
See, that's the kind of heckles that he doesn't like, right, Billy?
Yeah, I expect it.
Does it still bother you all this time afterwards?
Of course it does. I'm considering running. It's like... I'm afraid to get on stage again. To be a comic and have that happen to you.
Good, Billy.
Why? I worked 9 years at... One night, it went all to hell.
You worked 9 years, you got your big shot, and it didn't work out. Drop your dream, then you'd be happier.
What would I live for if I don't have a dream?
If
you got your fat...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's air... No.
You got us.
Yeah. There's phones to be answered.
Plus, we've been calling Rory Big Red, Big Long Island Red lately for his red face. You would have loved that.
Sorry, I missed it.
All right, here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Matt, what's going on?
Hello, Billy. All I got to say is you had a lot of balls come out there on stage like you did. My hat is off.
What hat?
But nah, what it is Ron and Fez didn't have your back from the start. They berated you and made jokes about you and put you down from the start. If they would have standing in your corner, none of this would have happened. Because before you went on stage, they was booing you already. You was shot down before you even got to Pennsylvania or Jersey, wherever the place was.
All right, Matt.
Jersey.
How is that our fault? We told them not to do this gig. We told them it was going to be an awful rough crowd. We know the Norton crowd. We know what Voss goes through every single time. What do you honestly think if Fez and I said, oh, everybody be very quiet and listen for Billy, they would have been like that? They wouldn't.
Yeah, I understand it. That's a rough crowd.
What more could we have done, Matt?
You should have took Billy, like you said, to embrace or behind the curtain and told him how the crowd was going to be.
I'm not going to go to his comedy gigs with him.
And he's okay. He's not that funny, but he doesn't suck neither. Everybody got to get their foot in the door.
He's had his foot in for 9 years. This is how far he's gotten.
That's how far he's gotten in 9 years?
Yes.
But he's been doing stand-up before, so he shouldn't be afraid of anything.
Well, then you talk to him. Why is it our fault?
But I still say if I would have been in his corner more, it would have been the outcome might have been the same.
All right, Billy, do you feel like
all
right, let me ask him. Billy, do you feel like we weren't in your corner?
Guys, you did everything you could to try to talk me out of this. You know, I don't blame anybody but myself.
That's who I blame.
For thinking I was ready for something like this, and it obviously was...
Billy, you're not even ready for something less than that.
But Billy, if you only blame yourself, you must have get in your car and come back to New York. What you doing wasting your time out there? Like the man said, you still have a job.
Dude, I can't face these people I work with.
You didn't kill anybody, you didn't steal anything, it's nothing that serious.
Did you, Billy?
Did you kill or steal?
No.
We know you didn't kill in Red Bank.
All right, Matt.
All right.
Billy, but you have to realize, even yourself at this point, Ronnie and I were completely honest with you going into this gig.
I haven't blamed you guys from day one. It's all me.
We've always told you were terrible.
Yeah, well...
You're good on the phones, though.
I should have listened to you.
Yeah.
The phones stink without you.
As hard as I tried, as much as I practiced and worked, it was no use. It's just not funny. I don't belong on stage. I don't belong in comedy. I don't belong in radio. I don't know where the hell I belong.
Pennsylvania? I don't think so.
Well, no one knows me here.
No one knows you here either. It's not like you're known. People aren't stopping you on the street and saying stuff.
Well, put it this way, the station doesn't get out this far.
Pittsburgh. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Joe.
Billy, you had a bad show. You know, you'll be fine, you know. You were predestined to do bad on that show. You were between Voss, Norton. You know, good comics and bad comics. You just gotta, you know, that's what makes a better comic. You get over a bad show, you'll do fine. Maybe you're not supposed to be stand-up, but you should still be a comedy, maybe writing, doing something like that.
Maybe you could manage.
I have a manager.
Did he find out about this?
No, I haven't talked to anybody. You guys are the first people I've talked to.
You want us to send him the review in case he can get it paid $6?
No, that's okay. Appreciate it. Right, I really appreciate it if you did not do that.
We won't.
Did you hear about this review on redbank.com?
No.
You want us to read it again?
I didn't hear it.
Never mind.
We probably shouldn't read it again.
It said that, well, it's on ronfez.net. It said that you really, you had a rough crowd.
They mention your shirt.
Billy, why'd you wear that big dumb orange shirt? Is that a siren shout? Are the cops after you, Billy?
Hold on a second. Nothing on by. No. Well, I like orange. I thought it would be my lucky shirt.
People are saying you look like a pumpkin.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Is that why you picked it up? Oh, we weren't going to ask
How
that.
many heckles you think you had at one time there, Billy?
Ronnie was all heckled.
Every single person?
1,500?
Did their faces look all distorted?
All I can remember is guys in the front row just with their hands clasped around their mouth.
I just picture this in black and white, like an old boxing movie where everyone's yelling and throwing trash and Billy's knocked out laying on the canvas.
Kind of a shaky cam. Everything's on an angle.
Right. It's kind of spinning.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this way. They were heckling me before I got on stage. They saw me on the side already with the Staples socks before even Voss got off stage. So.
I picture it more in color, but people are in, like, tuxedos and evening gowns laughing, but wearing crazy masks. Like maybe an Eyes Wide Shut look. Except hysterically laughing and pointing.
All right, here's Chris, Billy. Chris is also a comic. Chris, you're Ron and Fez.
Hey, Billy.
Hey.
I've opened for Norton. I've worked with him. The crowd is extremely rough. I've had it so bad that the MC was picking me apart when I got done, saying when I got done, that's the night comedy died, just picking at me. It's like, it's hard work with Norton. His crowd wants to see him, and you just got to keep going.
Right now that seems impossible. All
Chris, did you keep going?
I've been keep going.
Gone. Guess not.
Keep it going until he was gone. You see, Billy? I mean, anybody could have told you that Norton crowd is rough. And, you know, I saw Norton today and I was talking to him about it. You know what he said to me?
No.
So what? Tell Billy I said, so what?
See?
Yeah, but Norton went and crushed, and I went and did it. I mean, I need time for myself right now to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my life.
Well, why do you need time away from your job?
Because, Ronnie, I cannot look you guys in the face right now after trying to talk me out of it.
Look at your shoes.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been able to look at us before.
We've always been better than you.
More than obvious. It looks like a lot of people are better than me now.
Stop it, Billy. We're just kidding. There's people that aren't.
Sure.
Pedophiles.
There you go.
You're better than a pedophile.
That fat woman that stole the baby in Abilene, Texas.
She thought it was her baby.
Boy, did you see her? She looked like Fat Nydia. And tough enough, like a fatter version.
Fatter? All right, here's Craig. Craig, you're on with Billy Staples.
Hey, Craig.
Live from Pennsylvania. Craig, yeah.
Yeah, card member 11207. Yeah, I wanted to see if Billy remembered any of the hecklers.
Like any of the specific heckles?
Any specific heckle.
Does anything stand out to you, Billy? It had to be a blur, but does one scream stand out above the rest?
Yeah, it was. I mean, everything was just a huge din. There was the whole place went into a chant of a-hole, a-hole. But there was one guy in the front who kept yelling, like you guys said, you look like a big fat pumpkin.
Do you remember anyone saying you suck worse than your daughter?
I didn't hear that.
Well, I think I was the last one.
Well, thank you very much for that, you prick.
Well, I guess I'm going to punch out Maverick.
Hi, Craig.
Yeah, this is what I don't need. You know, this is why I don't.
That's that Norton crowd.
This is why you're not here.
This is why I don't know where I'm going to end up.
A lot of it seems to go back to that shirt, though.
Do you think you'll end up somewhere in the Delaware Valley? Or maybe the old Appalachian Mountains?
I passed the Delaware Valley a long time ago.
Lehigh Valley?
No, I'm not down there. I'm not that way.
Harrisburg?
A little past it.
Not State College.
No.
No, that's only 5 hours. That was.
You should take yourself to Happy Valley.
Because I don't know where I'm headed. You know, it's just I'm going to get some point.
You might be heading west. Like, remember when Laverne and Shirley headed west, Fezzy?
Oh, that's right.
They got a whole new start and then got canceled.
Yeah. Shirley left. She became Shirley Feeny Meany.
All right, Billy, we're going to go to the big guns now, okay?
Sure.
Because just promise me this. You're not drinking.
Can you promise that, Bill?
I can't make any promises right now, fellas.
Promise me there's no pills.
I can't promise anything right now.
Promise that you burnt that orange shirt.
No, that's in the laundry.
That's the color it is, burnt orange.
All right, Fezzy and I have done all we can. We're going to the big guns. It's the Horde King. Horde King.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello, Your Majesty.
Hey, Billy, it's so painful for me to hear you like this. You know, from my conversations with you and what other people have told me, you're just a genuinely nice person, and I'll even venture to say you're a sweet person. And you're doing the opposite of what a lot of people do. Some people blame others for their actions. Others blame themselves for other people's actions. This was clearly a situation where the crowd was against you from the start. And if you had come in and been the best comedian in the world, they would have heckled you off the stage too, because they were there to see Norton. They weren't there to see anyone other than him. You're taking this way too seriously. This isn't the end of a dream.
Voss got a good review.
Well, this isn't the end of Billy's dream. Voss was able to get some jokes out. Billy wasn't. The facts of what happened can't be changed. The thing that you can change is your attitude, the way that you look at them and think about them. Instead of looking at it like, hey, I went there and I screwed up, you did. You went there, you tried to do your act, you couldn't do it, you got heckled. And, like another caller said, you have to give yourself a lot of credit for going on in the first place, knowing that you were going to get heckled. And it wasn't your jokes that was getting heckled, it was you because you were not Norton.
So what's to prevent that from happening again? How can I ever walk on stage again?
Well, next time you walk on stage, it won't be the same crowd.
Can I be sure of that?
Well, you're basing...
How can I have any kind of self-confidence? You know, Horde King, I know what you do is a lot different from what I was doing, but you've never been booed off a stage.
Who's going to boo him?
Why would you boo the Horde King?
Well, I've never been booed off stage, but in third grade when I played Pinocchio, I came pretty close.
All right, let's go over people that I know for a fact were booed off the stage. Elvis Presley was booed off the stage.
Right.
You know why?
Why?
He was opening for Liberace. Not exactly his crowd.
That's a terrific example.
These things happen.
Roseanne did the national anthem and got booed out of the Padres Stadium.
And Billy, she also had the #1 TV show in the country at one point. You know, different crowd, different audiences, different circumstances.
Yes, but look at the two people you mentioned, Elvis Presley and Roseanne, and now look who you're talking about.
All right, so you just...
We're talking about a person who had a bad experience.
All three are large.
And that's...
That doesn't matter, though.
I'm trying to find a common denominator.
But don't.
The common denominator is that Elvis didn't let it stop him when he got booed off.
And he wasn't large when that happened.
Roseanne didn't change any of her attitudes or acts or anything when she got booed, and neither should you. This is just one of the things that happened. It was known that it was going to happen. I mean, Ron and Fez were telling you the whole week that you were going to get heckled off, and in fact, when you were doing your Make Me Laugh Minute segment, this was really a preparation for what was going to happen, and it was really done, I believe, in a very nice way to show you something that can happen and something that did in fact happen. And I think that if you consider the source of the boos, the source of the heckling, the source of all your discomfort about yourself and the feelings of inadequacy that you may have now, it comes from the crowd. It's not internal to you. There's nothing wrong with Billy Staples. There may have been something wrong with the crowd that prevented them from letting you have a chance, but it wasn't you or your act itself that got booed. It was the person who they came to see.
Hey, Horde King,
yeah.
Billy shouldn't resort to drinking again, should he?
Oh, that would be awful, Billy. I pray, if I did, to the Lord of Chaos.
I knew that. I just wanted it to come from Horde King, the Lord of Chaos.
That random fluctuations in the quantum foam, if you will, that you don't turn to drugs or alcohol or anything of the sort. You did a good thing by trying, even though you knew you were going to get heckled.
Does that make you feel better, Billy? What Horde King's saying is there is no God. What do you care? What do you care?
You've got no one to be accountable to.
And soon you'll just be dust.
No. That would be welcome at this point, probably. I feel like...
Someone just honked at him now.
I've lost my edge. I've lost my desire. I've lost my will.
You lost your smile, like Billy Crystal.
Maybe you need to go on a cattle drive.
Billy, I know... I know what you've done for some people, and, I mean, they're just, like, beyond the call of duty and just, like, really wonderful, wonderful things. These aren't the acts of people who lose their edge.
Right.
These are the active people who care about other people and are nice people and are sweet people and are trying to help others.
Well,
and that's the kind of person that you are.
Well, King, you're misinterpreting my personal life with my professional life. You know, with what I thought I was, what I thought I could do. You know, it doesn't change, you know, how I feel about other people, but I just need a change in my life right now. And,
what it shows is that the inner core of you is good. And if the inner core of you in your personal life is good, it can be extended to your professional life as well. You know, you come into the show, and sometimes you get a lot of abuse from the guys, and it's all great radio, and it's all in good fun. And you understand, it's fun. They're not sitting there attacking you personally.
Okay, but this was different.
This was different because it wasn't Norton. It wasn't you that they were attacking.
It's one show, Billy. Again.
You yourself have said, Billy, so many times, I didn't even get to say a joke.
Right.
So how could you possibly consider that they were laughing at your jokes, that your jokes weren't good enough if you didn't even get to say one?
But why didn't they let me? Why didn't they give me a chance?
Who's the greatest guitar player of all time?
Well, I don't know. Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton.
Keep going. Jimi Hendrix, right?
Yeah. Jimmy with an I.
Booed off the stage when he opened for the Monkees.
That's right.
Who's the greatest president of all time?
JFK.
Look how they treated him in Dallas.
Oh, they treated him horribly there.
And yet, he's got his picture on money.
Yeah?
See, Billy?
These are really terrific examples illustrating that in some venues, the most talented of people just can't succeed because they're not given a chance to succeed.
Well, I am obviously not one of the most talented people.
Well, you're saying this now because you're upset about what happened, and I understand why you're upset, but you also have to even think about the logic of what you're saying. The logic is that you didn't get to tell a joke, so therefore you were no good.
Lord King, I appreciate it. It's just no use. I feel worthless.
Billy, I guarantee you there's been worse people on stage than you.
Who?
John Wilkes Booth was awful.
Yeah.
Awful on stage.
What he did. Yeah.
All right, Billy, we got to take a break.
Yeah.
Why don't you come back tomorrow?
I can't make it back tomorrow.
Come back to work. People are anxious to see you. Maybe for a couple of days you may get rioted a little bit, but, so what?
People get booed. It's never happened to me or Ronnie, but people get booed. Look at Hillary Clinton. When she was running for senator, she got booed in that St. Patrick's Day parade, remember?
Sure.
Then what happened to her when she showed up at the tribute at Madison Square Garden?
Booed.
Oh, yeah, booed again.
But what happened? She became senator.
Yeah, she's still senator. They didn't take that away from her. She still goes to Washington, D.C. and does her job.
Bill, you come into work, you're among friends, you're with people, you make a contribution to the show, and I think you'll feel better about yourself once you get back to some type of your normal routine.
I just need some time for myself.
How much time for yourself have you had this year? It's been like 4 or 5 weeks. Stern doesn't get this much time for himself.
Billy, I don't think that it's appropriate to go into this now, but just consider that the reaction that you're having now is disproportionate to what actually happened.
Right.
And that may be very well based on everything else.
You didn't experience it. You didn't feel the pain, the emptiness. I felt hearing the names, the heckles, the chants.
Before they gave you a chance, before you said anything.
Billy, let me ask you this. When you were still behind that curtain, before, as Redbank.com review puts it, the giant orange shirt wearing Billy Staples put his first foot on stage.
Oh, nice.
Did you at any point think, I'm not going to do this. I'm not even going to walk out on that stage? Did that cross your mind not to go on that stage?
Never. I was so confident.
Is that good or bad, Hort King?
I think it's terrific that he has the confidence to do it. And I think it's terrific. You know what? You go on stage, you get booed, it happens. It doesn't affect either your professional career or your personal life.
I also don't see life as it is. I should have known better. I see life through my eyes.
All right, so you learned some
Billy,
things,
you're an optimistic person by nature, and that's a terrific quality. Most people are not optimistic.
All right, let me tell you something else about comedy. They started booing Voss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he have material to deal with them? You know what I mean? He had lines to shoot back at the crowd and turn them around. Where you, from what I understand, was saying, excuse me, would you repeat that? Making them chant over and over.
Yeah, you didn't have reverse heckles.
No, I didn't. I was not prepared.
Now you know for the next time.
Next time you could be better. You could always be better prepared. You could be better prepared to deal with hecklers if you feel that that's what's going to happen. Just imagine like the first time Mozart sat down on a piano and he sounded like crap.
Right.
If he said, you know what, I'm not good at this, I'm giving up.
Okay, if I could hear one single heckle, I could have responded to it. I could not even hear myself.
We agree with you, Billy.
Right, and that's the point that we're making.
It was an abortion. You were in the middle of an abortion.
They didn't give you a chance. It wasn't like you gave your jokes and no one laughed and there was a sound of crickets. It was that you got shouted out before you had a chance to do anything.
Right.
And the thing is, what is to prevent that from ever happening again?
Not going up there.
This was a very particular... This was a particular crowd in a particular situation where you were kind of set up.
What? Even if I wanted to, who the hell in there? Who would even think of booking me now? Even if I had the balls to get on stage again, what comedy club in their right mind would want a guy who got booed off the stage?
In this country or others?
In this country.
Oh, okay.
You might be funny in France.
Figure it out. My career is over.
I was at a comedy club years ago, and Chris Rock came in, and he started doing some improv. He got booed off.
The polite New Yorker?
He was actually pretty awful then. And you know what? He went on and made a career for himself. And his comedy improved.
Well, he's a better man than I am.
That's not the case. Right now, you're not looking at it from the long perspective, and you're placing others' actions onto yourself. You're saying that because other people didn't respond the way I wanted them to respond, it must be a defect in me. The defect isn't in you. You didn't get a chance to perform. Next time you'll perform, and you'll do better.
Billy,
and in fact, I've actually spoken to people who've seen you at other venues. In fact, there are a couple of postings about it on the message board.
Did you see that, Billy?
And they all said that they enjoyed themselves.
It's at redbank.com. All right, we got to take a break.
That message board.
Billy, why don't you come in tomorrow?
I can't do that, Ronnie. I can't come back there yet.
Billy.
I think it would probably make you feel better, Billy, if you did.
Ron, Fez,
if right now you don't feel you're ready for it, then at least consider it over the rest of the night and set it up as a type of goal that will actually help you in the long run.
And no drinking.
And the short run as well. You'll be among friends. You'll be with people who care about you. You'll be with guys who are helping you.
I don't know how being in that studio or being in those hallways right now would help me seeing everyone and being a constant reminder of what happened. I cannot picture.
Think one more time about what happened.
Sorry?
Think one more time about what happened. You weren't given a one-shot opportunity to save the planet.
Right.
You were given a chance to go on and do a comedy act.
And you know what?
You don't
get
do your
a lot
act.
of chances in this business.
You weren't able to do your act, Billy. You just weren't able to do it. You didn't blow anything. How could any club owner make a judgment based upon what happened? Because you didn't do anything.
It doesn't matter. They don't care.
You're not putting this on your highlight reel, are you?
No. Please. Hey, we really do. We're way behind tonight. No. All right.
We'll Billy, give some consideration about coming into work.
Or maybe check yourself into somewhere. Because definitely don't start partying.
Absolutely not.
Billy, you haven't been drinking.
That would be the worst thing that you could
Billy, have you been drinking?
Ronnie, it doesn't matter what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
What you did from Sunday until now, or what you've done, what you're doing now, forget about. Just from now on, say you're not going to do any drinks or drugs.
Will you do that, Billy? Will you promise?
I can't make any promises, Ronnie.
Will you turn that rental car around and head east?
Not yet.
Will you turn that frown upside down?
That's not going to happen.
Will you turn that shirt inside out?
Put the black part? All right, we got to go. Thanks, Lord King.
Okay, doc, Billy.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Billy, people care about you.
Thank you, Lord King.
Okay, doc, have a good night.
All right, Billy, we'll see you soon.
I hope so. See you later.
There he goes, Fez.
I wish he'd come back to work.
Ron and Fez. 102.7 WNEW.